Hello everybody and welcome back to Factorio Space Age. Been busy doing things because last time we got started playing around with the, well, somewhat simple, easy way of playing around with trying to get some quality parts. So stuff that has the little bitty eyeballs or the little bitty dots next to the rows. And the reason why we want to do this, the reason why I am going to get into quality is because of the fact that I need to be able to try to keep our space platforms, well, as small as possible, but still being as productive and efficient as possible. And in of that sense, if we can take some of these little machines like these, what do they call them? These crushers or these chemical plants or these furnaces and make them faster, whatever, in the same amount of space, that means we can reduce some of the footprint or at least be able to produce productivity in this thing instead of having to put a speed upgrade module in it. So what I'm interested in doing today is, well, what we're going to do is we're going to look at what we've come up with at this point, because I've done a little bit of goofing in between episodes. I guess I should put these in here so I know where they are. But yes, I have been kind of playing around with some other things. Some of this was left over from before through my experimentation and other things. But we did go ahead and get a train line set up with some of the miners going over here. So there's just a train that is running back and forth, and we now have a kind of a somewhat decent scrapping facility. So everything over here initially, the trains bring in all of the, whatever this stuff is, scrap, and it is run down to the end over here where we have two priority splitters that are mixing in on the lines on the belt. The thing is in order to get the full-on deal with this, I probably should just have this be a long several line of these recyclers, several lines, just line after line after line, and then loop back. But because of the fact that these are going to be kind of expensive early on, I'm having it done in at least 2 to 3 stages. So we bring the scrap in, the scrap is run through as many of these recyclers as we can manage to get, and as we see right there, that belt is pretty well full. It's not exactly 100% full, but for the most part, we're running about as hard as we want to run right now. And if you'll notice, I've taken away all of the beacons with the speed modules in them. We'll get back to that in a second, just so that we can kind of grasp that. I want you guys to notice that those are gone. So essentially what we're doing is we're scrapping everything we can, and then we're running through a couple of filters here, or at least a couple of little filters here. First off, we're peeling off any amount of holmium ore. We don't care what it is. We just want it peeled off and dumped down onto this belt so it can go into the sorting system. And then we have the priority, or whatever this thing is, quality filter. Anything over a basic normal, I want it sent out and down into our sorting system. And that's happening both on the return lines as well as this initial setup. And then I have a couple of extra little filters in here just in case we decide there's something else we want to keep. Then I'm going to go ahead and collect an entire thing full of ice, because we need to be able to process water into, well, we need to be able to make water. This is something that I already know because I've kind of been experimenting and I've already ripped it up because I didn't like what I had. But water, fluids, liquids, you cannot quality them. So anything in here, where is our button? Anything in here that is a fluid cannot be qualitied, which means that kind of sucks when you're trying to make something out of said fluid that requires quality. So we'll look at that in a minute. And then again, I'm also storing a little bit of the stone, again, because I can't quality anything with fluids. So if I'm going to make holmium solution, wherever this stuff is, here, I can't quality this. So it doesn't matter what I put in here. Yes, you're going to be able to get quality stone. Yes, it's going to mean that you can get quality holmium ore, but you can't get quality water, which is interesting because that's actually a thing in the world. But anyhow, so the output, the process, once you make this holmium solution, it's not available to be able to be qualitied. So you need to be able to collect some of this stuff. I'm going to treat these two bases as two separate entities. This is going to be base where we're going to be mainly using this to produce science for now, and the quality, or the modules over here. We're going to be doing just that as far as those go. And I'm currently running a decent amount of science because I have an unholy amount of backlog of holmium ore over here, so we're just going to go ahead and run a bunch of those sciences at, yeah, we're hitting about 470, 460. We should be a little bit higher than that, but that's fine, no big deal. I'm going to go ahead and burn through a bunch of that stuff because we have plenty. But anyhow, the rest of that then goes into a bunch of scrappers or a bunch of recyclers once again. They output back onto another belt. That belt is then sorted. If anything's good, it comes out onto this, again, little bitty sorting system as to kind of what we had before, and that is then shoved back out onto the line and given priority over the scrap coming in, because we actually care more about these little bitty parts that are coming out of here. Those, like I said, those circuits, those chips, I want the basic parts of those things to be delivered to us as a quality. So I want to grind them out first. And even so much as if you look at like these iron plates that are coming in here. Iron plates will grind down into quality iron plates. It's just a thing that they will do. They'll also grind down into quality iron ore, which we're collecting over here and processing with a furnace, doing a little bit of stuff. Now, I'd love to bring some calcite over here, and I'd love to be able to make this a little bit better, but as of right now, I think we'll just keep this working the way that it's going. With all that said, this is functional. I did go and kind of steal, or at least look at someone else's idea and then expand out it upon my mess. It's mainly because you kind of look at something and you realize that someone else has already done the math as far as belts are concerned, and it's just ready to make that work. But this is pretty simple, pretty easy, and as we're going to produce better quality modules, and while I'm over here, I'm going to be using the scrap to produce better quality machines. As we get the quality up on these, as stated, I took the beacons with the quality modules out. And the reason why I did that is because you want to look down here in the bottom right hand corner. If you notice, it says quality plus 10% on that particular machine right here. And if I look at this one, it's the same thing. Quality plus 10% per cycle, per run, per whatever the thing is. If you take a beacon, and we'll just stick one, I think I can get one in over on this one somewhere. Can I get a beacon in here? Well, we can put a beacon next to this one, okay? We'll just beacon this poor guy, just so that we can see the difference. We'll give him one beacon, so it's currently sitting at quality 10%. This is where this gets a little wonky. If I fill that full of speed modules, the quality is now halved, because it's working twice as fast. 0.04 a second without the beacon modules, and it is now wow, like 5 times as fast, whatever that is, whatever the number is. The thing is when you do that, what you need to understand is you're losing productivity based on the quality, meaning the chances, you're running it faster, but your chances are less. So the option, and thank you again for the comment, because I noticed it like right off the bat. I was like, why did they do that? You're better off running them just as flat out with as many recyclers on a belt as it takes to eat up all of the stuff. Instead of trying to use a lot of beacons, use a lot of recyclers. So what I am going to probably do is we're going to start knocking this number down, because as we can see, this belt is already pretty full, or it's getting pretty full. As we craft more of these recyclers that are in the better quality, which I actually kind of want to start working on right now before we start messing with any of these other deals, is I want to start building a bunch of recyclers that can start working on things so that we can actually apply a decent amount of speed to these. Because if you look at that one, it's 2.6 a second per run, whereas this one is 2.0. That makes for a decent amount of time. And when you're trying to have several of these things work at the same time, you can actually double your, well, you can get a lot of speed very quickly. So I can see where once you hit a certain level of quality, it's a very good idea to try to do some of these things. Again, our end goal, I am not at all interested in trying to ramp this process up. I mean, we can, and that's why I brought this over here to this island. We should be able to seriously take that thing and go boink, boink, boink several different times down here. But as we keep doing that, we're going to need to continue to produce better power storage. We're going to have to produce better ones of these, and we're going to have to be able to produce way more traffic than what that rail line is capable of doing. Like I said, what we're probably going to do with this is we're going to take that rail line and run it just this direction. I'm just going to go this direction and collect up every single one of these little things that are over, well, like that one's probably going to be very interesting. But yeah, we're going to do this for now. But I have enough room to drop another one down up here, and then several more down here before I think I'm going to have to start caring about power. I didn't try to see here. Let me look real quick. Oh, beautiful. Okay, so we can clean up this island over here and cover this entire island over here with this stuff. That's good to know. Great, 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 wonderful, awesome. That'll be nice. That means I can, again, just keep stacking these systems in here until I come up with it. Because once you get a reasonable amount of parts, and I know it's kind of a little silly thing, once you get a reasonable amount of parts to where you've got a lot of inflow coming, you can then start taking your hardware, your light duty stuff, the things that you're already coming out with, and making the parts elsewhere. So what I want to do right now is I want to be able to make as many quality machines and as quality modules as we possibly can, so that we can then move this idea, or at least the production and construction of some of this stuff, to possibly novice, just because I have such a decent amount of production of raw materials here that we should be able to think about maybe being able to make that stuff natively elsewhere, or at least be able to make this kind of stuff somewhere else. So let's go ahead and lay down a couple of assemblers to, well, assemblers, not those. I want these things now that I have a couple of electromagnetic plant rares. I crafted those a while ago. I want to take this, and you are going to be building these, which, again, like I said, we're going to have to produce some stuff, which we don't currently have. I'm going to have to work on that, and we make those in what? What do we make the scrappers in, or the recyclers? They're made in here. Okay. I need you to be at least a quality uncommon. We're making all of that stuff right now, and then again, I'm going to do the dumb, and whatever's extra that we can get, I should be able to make some quality rares here, I think. Okay, cool. So for right now, what I want to do is I want to just go ahead and grab one of these and a recycler or a requester chest and go boop boop, and then the little bots, I'm just going to let this craft like this for now, and then I'm going to just kind of replace them as we go along. Now we're looking at something that's processing the material that it's normally processing at 0.64, and yeah, we should be a little better now. Cool. All right, I'm going to, like I said, we're going to kind of slowly do that over time just to replace some of these, just to make sure that we're keeping this belt nice and full, which I think we're doing pretty well anyway. And then these, as they bring this stuff in, this is how you're going to speed up the process for quality. Why did you not get stuff in there? Put things in there. Get to work. That is so much better. Look at those numbers. 20. Wow. Do I have any more of those sitting down here? So, that one is 2. Really? That was cool. And we're running the quality at what we need to run the quality at. Beautiful. I love it. Okay, cool. So I will kind of slowly filter those in as we do things. So the next step that I want to do is I want to go ahead and work on getting quality modules up, at least for what we can currently craft. So I do have a couple of little leftover pieces, and I was able to craft a little bit of superconductor uncommons. This is where the pain comes, and again, this is what we're going to look at right now. So our initial thing that I want to do is I want to build both level of superconductors that we can possibly make right now. So I'm going to grab you because I have 2 of these, and we're going to do you, and you are going to make this level superconductor. And you are going to make this level superconductor. And you guys are both going to share inputs on one side, like so. And we're going to work this backwards. So I want to do, I guess, this. And I guess I don't have to use those. They're not very quick. We can use the regular ones. And you guys are going to be, grab all of those. You can be this, and then we'll have one in here that will be layer 3 there. It's just so many extra clicky buttons now at this point that it's going to be really, really painful. So as we can see in here, we have to have all this stuff. Now, I'm not going to run any of this in here right now on that one. On this one in particular, I'm going to want this one to just produce quality as high as we can currently go right now. You, on the other hand, I'm going to have you run quality modules in the hopes that this will produce an extra one for us occasionally. So let's go ahead and work that backwards then. This is pretty simple, easy. We just need to do, where are we? What are we going to do? I need one of these. You guys do this and that. And we'll give it a big one here. You do this. And you do that. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that out for right now. Where did those go? Oh, yeah, they're over here. Okay. Because we're going to do a little bit of goofing with this stuff. So, because of how those have to work, we also need to be able to make a little bit of light oil, which I did kind of bring some oil in here already, which means we got to work backwards and do all of the things. Anyhow, the next step is we need to be able to make the holmium plates. And because we're going to be making holmium plates in a specific fashion, I'm going to do it, well, in a specific fashion. I'm going to do it with double of the foundries because we're going to have to be able to do, again, both of them. This is where the pain comes. This is where the pain absolutely comes because I want to be able to make holmium plates. And as you notice, because holmium plates are made with a liquid, I'm unable to support quality with them. So that means you have to do this. So these we're going to do something specific along those lines, and you again, we're going to take everything that we've got that's good. So that's the best quality that I own right now as far as those go, and this. We're going to, as these produce, be replacing all of the quality in here with quality, what is these things? I keep forgetting what the heck they call them. Rare quality 3 modules in these so that we can get as much quality as we can. And of course, then we do the thing here. Those don't need to be too much. Oh, we can just do this then, huh? I guess I could actually. You guys don't need to be that far apart. Do that. Okay, that works. And then again, like I said, it doesn't matter what kind of. It doesn't matter. You're not going to be able to put anything other than regular old holmium solution in these things, which sucks. So, while we're here, I want to. I guess just do this. And I do want to do this a little differently. I want to make sure that we have access to both of the things that are coming out of here. I know I can do this differently. This, I want you to use filters, holmium plate, anything above that. Okay? So we'll go copy, copy, and then you are use filter, holmium plate, anything below that. Click, click, because it's going to make a lot of the regular holmium plate. And that's fine, because we want it to make a lot of the regular holmium plate. This is where the pain comes in, because holmium solution, we can productivity it. So we're going to probably... I'm just going to do this, I think. We'll see about making about 4 of these, and I'm going to grab you and move you out of the way. Let's flip those upside down. And put that thing back over there. Nice. Okay. So then you guys are going to be making holmium solution. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take a couple of these, and they're going to make the fluids that we would normally make. We're going to have to do a little bit of magic, because I want to use up all of the excess stuff that we've got over here. So like we're sorting it all out, but I want to use this first, the rares and the uncommons. I want to use those first because they're going to give us, I think they'll actually give us a little bit more than what we have. So I want to do you as this, and you as this. And the reason why we're doing that is because this is going to request the correct stuff, but it's all going to be pretty much the same. So then what we're going to do here, we're going to grab one of those, one of those, one of those, and one of those. I'm just going to do this via bots for now because it's just going to be easier to sort it out, and then we can do that, and then we'll have to craft water. But here I can go boop, here I can go boop, here I can go boop, and boop. And we may end up having to bring some more stuff down, but that's fine. It's all right. Now, again, the same thing goes with the water. These are going to get beaconed. So productivity, 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 and productivity. And careful not to get on it. We're just going to do, whoop, don't do it that close. This, this, this. We're just going to give them a little bit of help. Not a lot, a little. Bang. Now, again, we can craft these things in quality. What do those things actually take to craft while I'm thinking about it? I'd have to make the pipe. We'd have to make quality pipe, which I think we could probably do pretty quickly and easily. Why don't you do this? Blueprints. Thing. You make those at that level go. And now we're making quality pipe. Does this go? Does it do anything better than what it would normally do, or is it just there? I mean, I wonder. Let's look at something very quickly. Just quick sidetrack. Those. If I make those in that, do I get anything different? Max length 10. No, so there's no reason to even use those. That's fine. So they'll just be in crafting, and then, like I said, we can then do something dumb like this. We can even do a better job and do the thing with the blueprint and say, you, because this is something I want on my space platforms to do better, I want quality, I should say, rare, those, go, and then you connect, do... say 10. What are we short? Gears and steel. So as we can produce that stuff, if we get lucky, it'll start making things for us. If not, what I can do is make steel with one of those things. Alright, so that'll slowly work its way along, and as we can replace these things, we'll replace them. Oh, it already made one, or did it? Where did it go? We already made one whole chemical plant rare, which means crafting speed is 1.6 versus the crafting speed of 1. So, I mean, I guess that's a little faster for us. We'll put it right... I think I'll put it on this one because we're probably going to have the most out of this, so that's fine. All right, anyhow, we need to get a little bit of water going, and then we need to get a little bit of the other problems going. Looks like we need to be able to make some water, so... I don't want to get too much in line with some of this, but we should be all right. Let's make some water. Again, the problem here is we're going to have a whole bunch of regular ice being made as well as everything else, the quality stuff as well. So we'll go ahead and put some power down. And we're going to go and have these two. I guess those two can be regular ice. Well, I'm going to have one be regular ice, one be this ice, and one be that ice for now, and then it won't matter pretty much past that. Now, granted, I understand we're probably going to have a backup here and there, and that's fine. Just do the thing. Again, we're just going to have these guys request it. And there we go. Now, what I want to do with these two is we're going to build a... let's see. I want to get a tank in here, and I think I can still make room for a tank. I might have made it a little too tight. Now, you can always just do this when you make tanks. It's not a big deal. Let's do this, and then what I want to do is I want to go ahead and tell these two that they're not allowed to run until certain things. So, like this, here, that, go, and I want you to run if it's anything less than, like, 5,000. So, boop, boop. That way we're using the expensive stuff first. Why did I do this? No, it's supposed to be that. Not what I told you to do, but okay. And I might do the same thing with the water. So you, here to there, you're only allowed to run when water is less than, say, 5,000. Which probably will be under 5,000 for a while. It's not like we're going to get an awful lot of water out of these, but as we're producing things, it should go through things. All right, nice. So these should be... Why are you not happy? Oh, because I did this that way. Take that out. Put it in regular, just without any quality. Go. Go to work. Okay, so for the final thing we need to do, we need to be able to make a bunch of these. We need to go ahead and get, well, we need to go ahead and get a little bit of the, what is that, heavy oil, light oil, whichever that one is. Get that running. Light oil is not too terribly hard to build. We just probably going to make a couple of these right here, and then I'll run a pipeline over there. And again, since this doesn't matter, I need to hit H on you so you two connect to each other. And I think I got enough room to do this. No, I need to move it down. There. And then this can go over to there. Cool, and then I'm just going to do this simply like so. And then those can just get conjoined together right there. And... Oop, too far. Where are we going to be bringing that into? Can I just do... that? And there we go. Now that is the biggest hurdle that we have as far as being able to make better modules, at least for the moment. Now that we have these craftable, then all I have to do is pick up a couple of these and go, I don't have any more of those. I need one of the other things. I need some of these. So you can then become one of those, and you're going to be, no, I don't want that quality level of module. We're going to have to make this twice, which sucks, but we're just going to kind of make it slowly. So you're going to make those will get dumped into this, and then those will get dumped into this. So then you need to do, and we're going to do this twice because I want to make both sets of the different things. So you there, so they'll go grab those. You there aside from this, and then you there aside from that. I'm going to go ahead just for now and not do that. I think what we're going to do is we're going to run them on as much speed as possible. At least those two. And then you'll run all the quality we can. Because if we get lucky and produce an occasional one, then that'll be extra for us to mess with. Actually, I don't really care at this point. I should have some parts in here. Yes, I do. You come here. That is a what? That was one of these. So you can go into the next machine. That will make some quality modules. This is going to be incredibly slow on this one, and that's fine. I don't really care. As I think at this point, what I'll do is that, and then give you this one. And then that I want to go, I guess we'll put it right there for right now. And then as we can, what we need to do now is I need to build the parts that go with these so that they can do things. But I now have a few of those, so we're going to go ahead and do, I guess we'll just do, all right, cool. So we now have 4 quality 3 uncommon modules and 2 regular ones. So what I'm going to do, like I said, is as we're able to get better stuff, this is going to go in here. And our quality should go up considerably. Or at least, you know, that's almost 5% more on that one. That's amazing. Oh, I need you to, yeah, and then we need to do the next layer of things. So I'm going to go ahead and craft, kind of just double this down so that we're making the next layer of them, and then we're going to let this run for just a little bit. Okay, so we've hit to the point where now everything kind of acts a little stupid because we've run out of certain things, like the correct level of some of these circuits. So at point, what I can probably do is go ahead and just build a couple of very small circuit production facilities that will require me to make acid, and I think that's it, because we should be able to have the plastic come in. I do have plenty of these showing up. We can for certainly just grind these up for now. I understand that there's things that we're going to want to be using this, but the thing is again, we're playing this diminishing return problem here, where what I'm trying to do is craft a whole bunch of things. So I've gone up here and changed a couple of these out for a little bit more better machines. We put a little bit better quality in them as far as the gears are going, the modules, and they're slowly but surely producing a little bit of stuff. This is one of those how do you go about it kind of things, and I think the best option actually is to probably just try to get as low as you possibly can on production for things. I don't even know, like I said, whether or not I can even put a module in a miner. If I can put quality modules in a miner, then that would probably be the best idea to start with. So now that we've done a few of these things, can I, where's a miner? Do these go in there? They do. Okay, so theoretically then, that would make quality scrap, which should theoretically scrap out to something better than what we currently have. So I'm going to take what's left of some of these quality modules we have laying around. I have 6 brand new ones of these that I need to put in up here. And yeah, so I can see where this is going to go from a this is going to be one of those long-term projects that I'm going to be playing with for a long time. So I think what I'll probably go do is take a bunch of these quality modules over to our miners, put them in there, and just let this system run. Probably in the background, I'm going to also do a little bit of work on other things. And again, like I said, I'm questioning whether or not this is a good idea. I guess it shouldn't matter given how all of this works. Other than I shouldn't have been scrapping the ones that I already had. But anyhow, we'll do that, and then we'll just see what we get out of that. You can have that one. So does that make quality scrap? Yes, it does. Huh. Okay. Let me see. I want a handful of this stuff. I want to see what it does. So we're going to go back over here. Okay. That's what I wanted to know. That's absolutely beautiful. That's absolutely what I wanted to know. So we're going to have to start moving quality modules out of, well, I'm probably going to have to start making cheap ones again, back over at the other base and bring them over here and start filling up our everything with it because I kind of screwed up and took a few of these and ran them through the recycler system so that I get some parts back. But yes, now I can see absolutely how silly this is going to absolutely have to be. So I guess I will. I'll quit right there, ladies and gentlemen. We'll work on this another day. I'm going to probably very slowly start building certain things like solar panels, and we do have tons and tons of accumulators now, both rare and uncommon. So I have quite a few of those. We can start outfitting our solar platforms with those. This is a big deal because those hold a lot of energy compared to everything else, even at just that low a level. So I think for now, I will see you all later. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah. We'll see how deep we want to dive down this rabbit hole. For now, I think we're just going to leave it like this. Bye.